What advice would you give in general as a CA
Mm.
for small to medium sized businesses right now, other than might not even be financial advice? What recommendations could you make?
Yeah, so there's kind of two that come to mind. And the first one is make sure you have a plan for cash flow. And so I know we were just speaking about it, but actually go and, if you don't already have a budget or a forecast, make sure you go and do that for the next 3 to 6 months. We've been helping our clients with this sort of thing and doing like an emergency meeting with our clients. And we answer a question for them, which basically says, when are you going to run out of money?
Mm.
We had a client late last week where the answer to hers was September. So if nothing else changes, if her sales have dropped, she's in hospitality, but she's still allowed to do takeaway. So if she sort of keeps as she is, she's going to run out of money in September. And knowing that for her has peace of mind that she's fine for June, July. It's getting a bit hairy August, September, but she might be able to organise some other things before then to help her extend that date even further. Um,
Yeah, it's such a good point. I know it sounds counterintuitive, like it really does. It's better to know when D-Day is than the uncertainty of knowing when you run out of cash, and because anxiety, there's greater levels of anxiety with that lack of
yes.
certainty than there is with, at least when you've got a due date and you go, right, look, this is when we're out of cash. At least then you can take some actions, you can respond to it accordingly. And one of our favorite sayings on the show is, you can't deal with what could be until you deal with what is, and the brutal reality of that. So yeah, sage advice there. And the second piece,
Yeah,
second bit of
yeah.
advice.
The second one there is make sure you keep communicating with key people, to do with your business. And now, to me, that's clients and team. So, have you communicated to your clients that your business as usual if you've still got your doors open, or are you working from home? And what does that mean for clients? And then on the other hand, you've got team. Now, as business owners, we've got this huge responsibility we feel, or I feel, for my own family, but it also extends to the families of the people that we employ. And they've got their own stresses and challenges throughout this time as well. And one of them could be fearing job security. And so, just like we are talking about certainty around cash flow, um, work out what's happening with your team. Now, it's probably going to end in one of maybe two or three ways, which is standing them down or making them redundant or firing them for whatever reason, and there's literally nothing to do with your business after that point. Or you're going to keep them on. It's business as usual. They're not going to get pay cuts. It literally is. There's like we didn't even know there was a virus here. That's if you're in
Yes.
fruit and veggies or that sort of thing, or toilet paper manufacturing, that'll be you. And you might have somewhere in the middle where you might have a mutual agreement for some other outcome with your team. What I guess you need to reinforce with them, and as early as possible, is what's happening. Are they losing their job? Cool. Then they can go and move on and deal with that. Or is it business as usual? Cool. Take the relief off, or their worry off their shoulders, and so they can get on and be what's the word, productive in what they're doing. So
Yeah, really good, really good. And again, it's what I'm hearing in that is communicate early, communicate
that's it.
often, and it rings true with um, people looking for right now. They're looking for connection and direction,
Yeah.
looking for that connection and direction. And it's a quote from a good friend of ours of the show, Jacob Aldridge. So yeah, connection and direction.
Awesome.
Awesome.